guys, welcome to my channel. You're so much welcome. If you are new here, kindly subscribe down below and leave a nice comment. 2021, good vibes, positive vibes, all that good stuff. Yeah, so today's video, as you've already seen in the title, I'm just going to be talking about some relationships or people who have been together that are no more together, that have broken my heart. The thing is, when people are really like that, like people are really close, and like people start getting attached and people start getting so used to they being together, and all of a sudden they're like they've broken up, or all of a sudden like something has happened. Don't like that thing. Like, I really feel so bad when it happens. I feel so sad for those people. Let's just go ahead into the video. So if you came here because of the Cookie, eyram.ama, burland.ms, Budu thing, then skip to basically I'm going to start with, for this one, I think it happened in 2019 thereabout. Mariam, Musa and her boyfriend, these people were tight, like tight. Like, when we say people are tight, like you know those kind of people that they're in a relationship and like everybody knows that the next step is like marriage, like, you get it. So we used to watch their videos. I don't know, I'll post their picture definitely. They used to do this clothing haul and then or matching clothes, that sort of thing. Yes, and they were vibe, and all of a sudden they broke up. When I saw it, I was like, no, my sister should come and see. And no, at first this was actually something that I really didn't understand, that like people date and like for so long and then they break up. Like, at first I didn't used to understand that thing, but now I'm just bringing myself to understand the whole thing. I was so confused and I was so sad for them, and I'm like, why should this happen? Like we all thought they were going to get married, and especially when she uploaded a video about why they had to break up, about he kind of cheating. I'm like, so like all the time that we see them on social media doing all that fun stuff and all that, like they were actually having issues all the time, like repeatedly, and she was just trying to like move on with it, but eventually it didn't happen, so they had to break up. And the next people I'm going to talk about is Kiki and J. Yes, Kiki and J. And to the extent that I made a video on that. That was the first video I did talking about like people breaking up or people's situation, you know, because like I'm like, Kiki and J, as I kept watching their videos, I became inclined to their union. Like, it was a beautiful couple, and I'm somebody that I like to support people. Like, when we were small, we used to judge a lot of people, but as I grew up, I've realized that like it's about time we just have to support them. But if people are doing their stuff, like, try as much not to criticize, but just like, okay, you know. So that was me for Kiki and J. And like I said, they are one of the couples that were like, the next step is marriage. Like, if somebody mentions Kiki and J, it's Kiki and J. It's never gonna be like Kiki and J here. It's Kiki and J. And how does it happen that they break up? You know, so when I hear those kind of things, or when I heard that they broke up, I was like, it's so unbelievable. I just couldn't bring myself to understand or accept it. Yes, that's how come I made a video on that already. I'll link it up there. So yeah, another thing that really gets to me is when that separation happens and then both sides now like make different videos about each other. This did that, and all the time we're together, this was going on. So I'm like, so all that time, like, we were watching and enjoying and saying that you people are the like most happiest people in the world and all that, like all that wasn't real, like not necessarily it being real, but all that was it about like Kiki and J. I think that was last year, 2020. And the next thing I'm going to talk about, for this I'm just going to be brief about it because it really got to me and it happened naturally. It's not about they breaking up like Breakup, and that is about Boga, like the Ghanaian dancer musician who lives in the UK and had a girlfriend who got pregnant and she passed on. Yes, that one. I was recording a video for my Bella One TV channel, and I heard that news. I was like, is this supposed to be one of those post people just post pranking people and all that? Like, I was recording the video, and all of a sudden I was so down. I didn't even understand, because I never thought that somebody who was not my family member or somebody that I'm not really related to, and having to hear that the person has passed on, I'll be so affected, or I'll feel so much like emotions about it. I was even confused. I didn't even understand. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, because this is an emotional something that happened to somebody, and I'm so glad that he's recovering, like, bit by bit. I know it's going to get better. I know he's going to get well. So yeah, I'm just hoping for the best for him, and that's Boga. To the main story, and this is about the Cookie, eyram, Miss Budu, burland. I really supported them. Like, I like how they did everything together. Like, they were vibing, and they were goals, like friendship goals, and from their brand influence, like, they're doing so well. So every young lady or every teenager of their age, or even people who are younger than them, kind of like admire like how they are able to do all that. So that was like how I was with them. First of all, I got to know about them like from uni. I used to see posts about Miss Budu and Cookie, because they were best friends. It was after uni that eyram.ama like joined, or they became close with them, and they started doing brand influencing together. So that was where I caught on, and I'm like, oh, like, these ladies, like, sometimes, like, when somebody is like, when somebody posts a nice picture, you can't really hate on it. Like, it's obvious the picture is nice. So that's what it's about. Like, they were doing well. So unless you are a hater, you wouldn't say that this girl's like, what they were doing was something to commend. And that was why, when I listened to Amma Berland's video that she uploaded, and she was like, initially she said that it was nobody's business, so nobody should come and ask her where this is or where this person is. So I said,
like, a lot of things were going on in my mind, and that where is biscuit issue, I felt it was very hypocritical, because a lot of people have been friends with people that they are no longer friends with. So why is it that if you don't see somebody friends with somebody, like, you have to, obviously you can see they are not friends again? But I guess it's social media. It's social media, and people would like to know. So fine. So I made a post and said that I didn't even say anything regarding the issue. All I did was, I said that it's none of anybody's business. Do you get it? It's none of anybody's business. So nobody should come and ask me that, where is this person, because I've not come to ask anybody that, where is this person. Do you get it? Then Biscuits went on live and went to talk in parables, insinuating that we had done this and this and this. And
to myself, no, because like, before this happened, like, everybody knows you guys, like, everybody associates each person with the other. You get it? If I see Amma Berland, I want to see eyram, Miss Budu, or Cookie. If I see Cookie, I want to see Miss Budu or eyram. Or if even not all four, if you see one person, you want to see two others. If you see two, you want to see the other. So it's normal if somebody has seen like videos being uploaded and they are not seeing a particular person in it, or like one person is not being spoken about. You get it? So you can't really say it's nobody's business. That's what that part's like. And that's one thing about social media. That is it. So far as it's out there, like, people are going to be concerned. So imagine if one person was ill, and not that something has happened that the person's not with you anymore, and the person was sick, and nobody has asked of the person. What would you have thought? You would have said that nobody really cares. But now that it's actually because of an argument, you are saying that it's nobody's business. So think about it that way. So it all started with this Dubai thing. They were supposed to go on a Dubai trip.
So it's a story time about how I thought I was going to Dubai but ended up at Achimota police station.
So it was getting close to the time that they're supposed to go on that trip, and all of a sudden it happened that
no coming at all. Then on social media, like, people realized that we and Biscuit were drawing apart, so they kept asking us, where is Biscuit, where is Biscuit, where is Biscuit? We had no intentions of coming to say, oh.
The three friends were uploading videos, and then Cookie wasn't included, and people were asking, and it happens to be that something had happened. Another reason why I'm talking about the four of them, or I'm saying that this friendship is really sad for me, is that, like I said, I don't like it when people like are together, they do things together, and everybody associates them together, and all of a sudden like something happens and like there's a breakup. Like the four of them, something has happened for, like, even Miss Budu, who was her best friend, is even how she was talking, I'm like, no, this must be a joke. But apparently it was real. Like, they are not friends anymore. So I went to Cookie's channel, and I saw that she's also not posting about them again, and later on I saw a live video that she did, and as everybody says, she was speaking in parables, and she was saying, if somebody is poisoning you, why would you, let me say something. It means that all the time that you guys were going out, doing those parties, Lax Lounge, ANC, meeting up, like, it wasn't worth it. Like all that time there was issues, all that, like, I mean, nobody lives in the world without having issues or problems with people, but to the extent that you guys are no more, and you can say that at that time it was poison being poisoned.
So I'll get there. So because we said we don't have 5,000 CDs or 6,000 CDs, so we won't go. So where from this we are poisonous and abadi. So we decided to go on social media and explain the whole issue, and we did that. When we did that,
she said it continuously. That means there were several, and for you to term it as poison, it means it was serious. Like, they were hurting you seriously, and you were still going out with them. And everybody has to see the positive side, which is what social media is all about. Like, you only see the fun, but you don't see the behind the scenes. But for something to happen and it gets to the extent where you have to say something like that, I don't know, those things are so sad for me, because people were best friends. Like the way one person will post a video and like all of you be commenting, and it was nice. Like, why should it all of a sudden happen that when eyram, Miss Budu, and then Miss Budu and Ama Burland, why do I keep forgetting Ama Burland thing? And Miss Ama Burland uploaded their live video, I was just hoping that it will be like something that they can really get together afterwards, like they can come back together as friends. But it turns out, after Ama Burland's video that she just uploaded, it turns out it's a whole issue, like police case. Wow, like, wow, police case. It was crazy. Like, when I was listening to her, I'm like, this is like on another level, like police case. When those live videos came out, like the three of them's own and Cookie's own, I saw the three of them their own first. So when I saw the video, I was part of the people who were like, hey, what at all could have happened that they have to speak this way about their friend, like somebody they were so tight with, and I was actually Miss Budu, like you were her best friend, like close, and I think it would be like for more than 2 years. They were very close friends, like best friends. Like what I thought could have happened that it would get them so angry with her that they have to speak this way, and she was like my supposed friend, and somebody was like, would they come back together or will Cookie come and apologize? Like somebody made a comment in the live video they were making, and then Eyram was like, poo. I'm like, wow, this thing must be something serious, because for them to behave that way, not only was all because of this rosé person. And we all saw that from some of their get together or meetups with their fans, he was the one who was already always sponging money and then, helping out. He was somebody that they were usually partnering with, because I think he saw their friendship to be like inspiring. I think he saw the crowd that they pulled, so like they were working together. And now it turns out he's the same person who brought this whole thing about this Dubai thing, and apparently the man was kind of, I don't want to say he was kind of a fraud, because I don't really know how the story was, but it turned out it was supposed to be an all expense paid trip for them, so where they don't have to even bring 10 pesos, and everything is going to be paid for them, like their flights, their room, what they are going to eat. And now it turned out they had to get people to join, for people to do some voting.
New developments. Biscuit came to tell us that it's an all expense paid trip. You are not even supposed to pay a kobo, like it's free. Hey, we were so happy. Apartments right now, so we should all bring 600 CDs. Hey, we should all bring 600 CDs. The time he told us now that evening, that we should all bring 600 CDs, so that we'll use it to go and pay for the apartment. And no, fully expense paid trip, no. 600 CDs no food. Apparently, we should pay with our money. When a sponsor comes to give money, then they will pay us back. What if a sponsor doesn't come and give money? Oh well,
now they had to pay some amount of money. That's the one they were talking about in the live. They were supposed to pay some amount of money, and they thought about it, and they're like, no, this thing is getting extreme. First of all, you're like all expense paid trip, and then now it comes to be like you have to get people to vote, and now you need to bring money. It was becoming a lot, and that was when they decided to back out, and I think it brought the whole arguments thing. And even though Burland has spoken about it, you can't really tell what actually happened, and you can't really tell Cookie's side of the whole story. You get it? Because I wouldn't base on one person's video to judge all of them. You get it? Or to judge them, or to say this is it. So maybe I would say like Cookie is a bad friend, or Cookie is not a good person. I can't say that.
And they were going there today. We were so happy. Hey, so sometime we were there, and Biscuit came to tell us again, like it's like Biscuit was the mediator. We were not directly talking. It was our mediator. So away from this 6,000 CDs, then that they are saying that what media, if that is the thing, I won't go, because I'm a young girl. If I have 6,000 CDs right now, I'm going to save it. I'll not use my 6,000 CDs to go to Dubai and come and stay in Ghana without money. Sense no day back. But if somebody is going to pay for me for free, I'll go. Why no? Person gave two options: either payment via sponsors, or we pay for ourselves. And that was a fucking chaka talking to me.
For it to reach an extent that they were called to the police station. And another thing that Burland missed, that I was really concerned about, was after all those things were happening, when they didn't want to pay the money. They didn't want to pay the money, and then they weren't going to go on the trip again. And she said they were waiting for them to release the statement about why they weren't going to go on the trip anymore. And they released a live video, and the police issue came about. Like at that point, like what I wanted to know was, where was Cookie?
After this interaction, they came to Calipo told Biscuit to come and tell us that Biscuit started becoming distant because of the issue. Only God knows why. Numbers, I don't call back, but Stringham is somebody that she calls people back, so she called back to see who had called, and we got a call from a police that somebody has come to report a case of defamation of character. God damn, we know the counter, but all my girls them love me.
I'm surprised that I'm not chatting.
I just came to narrate. We came to put on social media that we are going to Dubai. So if we are not going to Dubai again, we have to tell social media that we are not going to Dubai again. It's only right, and I'm a border. It's only right. But the Calipo man went to give to the police that we said he is 419. Like, it came out of my mouth that I said he's a 419 person. And I said no, that was not true. Before he said it is not me that said it, it was the comments that said it. Now me comments I can't be and I made the in my head now. Jesus. Like he said what it was the comments. If you check the comments, that's what the people in the comments were saying, that he's 419. But thank God that by God's grace we had people who were able to stand with us. We had like some lawyers. So just watch who you try and work with, okay?
Like, what was the talk with Cookie about? Like, didn't they communicate with their friend? Because she initially spoke that when all those things were going on, she was becoming distant bit by bit. Yes. So I was like where was the communication? Because if they were communicating with Cookie, I think considering how close the four of them were, they, like, how can it get to the extent that the man has to take them to the police station? Yes, at that side she didn't speak much about Cookie. So now it turns out like you have four friends and you bring a proposition that this person wants to take us to Dubai, and now it turns out it has to be a police case. So it's like the fourth person, I don't know. Like, I don't know. You guys, there are people who have uploaded the live video that each of them made. If I don't add this to this video, you can just go on to the other people's channel and watch it and you understand the whole thing. But these are like young ladies who were inspiring other ladies or other people who wanted to be or who still want to be influencers or brand influencers or YouTubers. And yeah, and now they have also given up on each other, let me say it that way. Yes, it's suicide. It's suicide. Like, yeah, that's it for me. I don't know, these kind of things, I don't know, they really get to me. Like, associating two people together and all of a sudden you hear that they are not anymore. Like Cookie, burland, Miss Budu, and eyram. It's like even if you are a big brand and you want to do a brand influencing thing, it's like you can't call one without calling the other two. You have to call them together. They used to take trips and all that. And another thing is, among every friendship or relationship, there's always that it's not always rosy. Like, it's not always fun. You're not always like excited being with each other. You get it? Definitely you're going to argue, but when it gets to the extent that you have to separate, or one person has to talk negative about the other, or one person has to cut the other off, you know what, that's all I'm going to say is that if you're like that with somebody and then it turns out that you have to separate or you're no more friends, just don't go around saying trash about the person and like calling them names. No, I'm not saying any of these people that I've talked about did that to whoever. I'm just like saying my conclusion. Yeah, don't go around calling them names. It's not the best. Yeah, but even after all this, they are all still thriving individually on their pages, and the three of them are still together. But Cookie is now with, like, she has got other friends. Definitely, if you cut off one person, you definitely get other people to be with you. So everybody and their opinion. If right now Cookie is to upload a video, she's also going to say something that you definitely find yourself moving towards her side and find the other three are fault. So yeah, don't judge from what you hear from one side. Yeah, so that's it. But I was really disappointed, and like a lot of people have said this, but some of you are not taking the advice. Mind what you see on social media. It's not everything that is there that is real. A lot of people are faking stuff. A lot of people are facing stuff. We get it. So if people are doing something that is so nice, you can be happy about it. You can desire it, but don't kill yourself, or don't do anything negative or something you're not supposed to do just to get that thing, because you don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Yeah. So that's basically it.